So today's practice, you're going to either need a yoga strap and maybe a blanket. If you have blocks, have whatever you actually have, but all you really need is a belt and a strap and maybe a blanket. Hello, Sarah Jane. Good morning. So we're going to start on our backs. And if you want, on your mat, you can actually take a blanket to come onto your back just for a little extra comfort. So please come onto your backs and lie down. So when you lie down, I'd like you to come into a pose that is called constructive rest. And in constructive rest, what we do is your heels are a little bit wide and your knees are together. So this is really to help relax into the lower body. And then I want you to lift your head, elongate the back of the neck, right? So the chin can cause a lot of issues in the neck, right? So chin down, back of the neck long. And let's come here, and the aim of the practice is slow and low. So let's do that with our breath. So bring your hands onto your belly. And I just want you to breathe into your belly and stretch your inhale deep and low into your belly. And then take a nice long exhale through the mouth to begin with. Just relaxing into your jaw. And then we'll keep the lips lightly closed for our Ujjayi warming breath. So we'll take 2 more breaths here. So inhaling through the nose, stretching, inhaling for the count of 8. And exhaling for the count of 8. And if 8 is a little bit too much, just pick a number that really suits you. Let's just take 1 more like that. So inhaling for the count of 8. And exhaling for 8. Now what you're going to do, the next time you inhale, you're going to take your right knee and let your right knee to start come in towards your right armpit here. So that's an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to take your left leg and extend your left leg long. So you're getting a nice stretch into the hip flexor. So you keep kicking out through that left heel, and then bring your hands over the right knee. And you want to kick the right knee into the hand and then squeeze into the armpit at the same time. And let's take 1 more breath there. Chin into your chest, just releasing into the lower back. Like I said, this is going to be a slow and low practice today. Really nice for the lower back. Okay, so you're going to keep your right knee exactly where it is, and then you're going to take your left leg. Now, instead of extending your left leg, what you're going to do, good morning, you're going to take your left knee and you're going to bring your left knee all the way in to a happy baby. So you can either hold the outer shin. I want you to make sure your neck is comfortable. You can hold on to the ankle and just point and flex through that foot there. And then keep your right knee where it is for a moment. And then you can reach your right foot up, reach your left leg up. So you're stretching into the back of the leg here as you hug your knee in. Now, if you have a strap, this is where you're going to use a strap. So you're going to take a strap around your left foot. Your right knee now is going to sweep down and you're going to bring your knee forward. So now we're going to start to stretch it into your inner thigh. And you want to make sure the foot is not too close to you or not too far away, right? So there's a happy medium. And then lift the head. And this is only a maybe. Some of you might leave the foot here and relax here and feel the stretch here. So you want to feel your knees pull in opposite directions. You're getting a nice stretch here, maybe into the psoas, or lift your head up, maybe reach and grab onto that left foot, right? So left hand is holding right foot all over the place with the hands and the feet, and then maybe relax back. So your right hand is holding the strap here, or maybe you're still in happy baby. And try to elongate the lower back. So try to draw in your lower belly here. Take 1 more breath in. So again, long in the breath. long in the lower back, and then let that go. Good stuff. So now you're going to hug your left knee in and reach and extend through your right leg. So you're reaching through your heel and you're getting maybe a nice little stretch in the front of your right leg here, getting nice and long in the side body, flattening your lower butt, flattening your lower back. Kick the knee into the hand. Neck is nice and long. And one breath here. Reaching that foot away from you. So really finding the opposite of your head reaching one way, your foot going the other way to get more length from your lower back. Now keep your left knee pulling in and your right leg now comes into a happy baby here. One breath here, nice and slow and low. Maybe have a little rock to the right and to the left. Nice ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Good stuff. And you can play around with straightening the knee and bending the knee, right? See how it feels, or rocking right and left. And now you're going to take your strap around the right foot and you can reach up. Your left leg now is either going to release down, so you're feeling a little bit of stretch. So it's kind of like half, they call it half butterfly, Baddha Konasana. You're kicking the knife edge of that left foot into the floor, so you're feeling a nice stretch in your inner thigh. Or lift up, reach back and grab onto the foot, and you're still feeling that nice stretch in your inner thigh here, and your left hand is holding and maybe extending through that right leg. And it's one breath here, chin into your chest. Again, slow and low to the mat, and also slow and deep with your breath. So this little sequence is a little sequence that I like to do before I go to bed. And I usually wake up after I do this little sequence and my lower back, my hips all feel just so good. So I thought we'd start and possibly end with it today. Wonderful. Okay, so let that go. And now what I want you to do is bring the soles of your feet together and lift up and kick the soles of your feet together and flatten your lower back and lift up and let your knees go really wide. And then rock a little right, rock a little bit left. So you're getting nice space into the front hip points. So we're opening up a lot of the front hip points because we're also going to be opening into the back hip points when we come into our Gomukhasana pose, which we're going to do reclined now. So now what I want you to do is take your legs really wide, and then you're going to bring one forward and one back, and you're going to bring your right leg in front of your left. I'm lifting my head just to kind of see what's going on. But what I want you to do is take your strap and bring your strap or your belt or your scarf in front of your shins and then relax back. And what I want you to do is I want you to kick your knees forward into the strap and pull forward and back, long in the lower back, and then start to make big circles. And this is a very easy version of Gomukhasana, right? This cross-legged pose that gets into the outer hips, it gets the inner hips. So if we do this later on in an inversion where we're sitting up, you might choose to come back to this variation. Now, just for a moment, just lift your head and maybe bring your hands to your outer heels. So you're hugging up, you're hugging in, and then your feet are going to go wide. And take one long, deep, and slow breath here. You can flex and point the feet, breathe in and breathe out. And again, if that was too much, you can always stay in the position where you have a strap here, giving your hip points and your joints more space. This is so nice. It just gives the joints a lot of space. Stretch your legs wide and then cross the left leg on top. I should already start to feel a little bit of more blood flow down on the legs. Now you're bringing the opposite, bringing the opposite leg, bring the strap up, and you want to feel like you can kick the shin bones forward. That's going to give your joints a little bit more space to breathe into. And then if you want, you can relax down, you can go forward and back, you can point and flex the feet, right? Get some energy down into your feet. And then you can make circles big circles. And then keep coming back and watching the chin. If you really need, you could take a small little cushion under the other hand if you find the back of the neck is getting short. So you want to keep the neck like a funnel, like a straw, right? Lots of space. And then again, you can stay there or maybe reach up, grab onto the outer feet and kick wide, squeeze in, and really give yourself like a really close hug here. The hips can lift and they can come back down. When they come back down, you can drop the feet. The hips can lift, the feet come more up, breathe in and breathe out. So nice and slow and low. One more slow and low. Okay, and this one's going to target a little bit more of the front of the hips. So bring your feet as wide as your mat. You can stretch your arms out. You've got loads of space. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to start to bring both. So feet are wide, knees are also wide. And bring your knees up and over to the right side. And when you bring your knees to the right side, I want you to feel your inner left seam of your leg squeezing towards the floor and forward. So we're getting a lot of space in the lower back here. Flatten your lower back. Breathe in and breathe out here. So kick also the knife edge of the right foot down. So the outer right leg kicks down and the inner left leg. So whoever that is, let's see who that is. That is iPhone 9. Could you please mute yourself? I wonder, can I mute? Yeah, I think I just did. I did it for you. You're good. Good stuff. Okay, so we went over to the right. Now we're going to go, I've done it for you. Now we're going to go up and over to the left. So again, feet wide, knees wide. So now inner right leg squeezes in and feel your knee move forward and you're really stretching the lower back. You're flattening the lower back. Outer left leg hugs towards the floor also. So you can give a little bit of space there. You can even reach the arms up. So you're just growing the side body along. And again, we're just giving the hips lots of space before we actually do some bigger movements today. Like I said, slow and low. One more breath in. Try to flatten the back, right? You know, when we do this cat-cow tilt in the lower back, the pubic bone goes forward and back, right? So try to flatten back and elongate that even more. Oh, so nice. One more big breath. So stretch the arms up over your head if you have space. If not, maybe hold the opposite elbow. Actually can be even quite nice if you lift up just a tiny little bit just to get right into the left. You get right there into the left. Alrighty, let that go. And just come back to center and just recenter and just notice how all of that feels, right? Slow and low. You don't really need to do a lot to kind of wiggle out some space in your pelvis. It should feel a little shimmery, a little bit warm, all in your legs. And then hug your knees in and come all the way up. So we're going to come to your hands and your knees. Come forward to your hands and your knees. So come forward to your hands and your knees, spread your fingers, distribute the weight in your fingers and your hands long in the side body here. Bring your chest forward, nice long inhale. And then exhale, rounding back. Push in through your feet and your hands to support your hips and your shoulders. And then come forward. Pick your right hand up and turn your right hand around. So turn your right hand around and then walk your knees closer. Get a little toe stretch here. So you don't want to be using your knees. You want to use your toes here. Bend your elbow and pull your elbow wide. Lift your head forward. One breath in. Maybe pick your wrist up off the floor and plug your hand down and forward. So just a little bit of stretch. We've done a lot for the leg, for the lower body, just a little bit for the upper body here. And then release that and pick your left hand and do the same with your left hand. Again, a bit of a toe stretch here. So pick your hand up, turn your hand all the way around, and then sit back. Lift the wrist. Lift the chest, broaden the collarbones, ears in line with your shoulders. Again, the back of the neck is long. Breathe in, slow and low. And breathe out. So I did say the class was slow and low, but there might be a few little surprises along the way also, which in general there usually is. Okay, let that go. So come to your plank pose. Right leg back, root into your toe, right? Use your toe. Left leg comes back, use your left foot. Take one long breath, flattening your lower back. Push into the floor with your hands. Bring your collarbones forward. And again, ears in line with your shoulders. Breath in. Warming up the arms and the legs, you can shift forward and back. And then exhale, take it up and back to your downward facing dog. Now, as you inhale, I want you to come forward and then, oh, Foxy's gonna come. And then bend your knees and start to move your knees back. Try to keep your shoulders and your head in line with your knees. And then we're gonna inhale, go back, stretch your legs long. Inhale, come back, come forward into your plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees and go back. Just one more like that. So the inhale is for the count of 8, right? It's slow and it's long. And the exhale is for an 8 as you go back. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lightly take your knees down onto the floor. Lightly take your knees down onto the floor. So your hands are under your shoulders and reach your right leg all the way back. Reach it straight back, bring your ears forward. And then bend your right knee, lift your right knee, breathe in. And then breathe out, curl it in a little bit of a crunch here. Lift the hips, lift the knee, and then step the right foot all the way forward. Let's pause here. Bring your hands nice and wide. Drop your head and then just bring your hips a little bit right, a little bit left. So what we want to find is we want to find an equal balance here in the hips. Right foot on its own side, left foot on its own side. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. Drop your head down. Tuck your back toe, root into that back leg, and then lift your back knee, lift your hips, and then bring your head forward. So make sure you're nice and solid in your legs. You want to make sure that your right knee and your right hip are in line. Start to bring your arms back and take a breath in as you come up into your high lunge. So the standing sequence, we're going to repeat it 2-3 times. It's going to be pretty simple. So it's a high lunge here. And reach your arms really wide. One more breath in. Try to flatten the lower back. Try to bring your knee a little bit more forward. Soften your elbows. Nice breath in. And then nice long breath out. Come down and come forward and lightly tap your back knee down. Anchor your back foot. Super duper anchor that back foot. Reach your arms forward and all the way up. Breathe in. Maybe pick your right heel up off the floor, bring your pubic bone more forward, bring your knee more forward. Now let's take that eagle in the arms, bring your right arm over the left and hug yourself. So there's no space for air or light getting through either arms or between your chest. So drop your head and breathe into the back body and squeeze your armpits down. So when you squeeze your armpits down, your collarbones are coming up and you're getting a little bit more space there. And this is a big maybe. Maybe take your left hand and hold the right wrist. At this stage, you could tap your right heel down and then lift your arms up. Take a breath in. You can also do this by hugging and squeezing. And then we're going to exhale, come down. And you're going to inhale, reach your arms forward and all the way up. And exhale, come down. This time when you exhale, come down, you're going to bring your arms over your leg like you're about to come into a twist pose. From that stage, if you'd like to, you can bring your palms together or stay in the eagle. You decide. From here, if you want to, open your arms and come into the twist here. And I want you to keep moving and stirring through your hips. Reach your arms in opposite directions. Reach your knees in opposite directions. One more breath here. And then bring your hand down, and it's Ardha Hanumanasana. First, frame your right leg, cuddle your right leg. Take a breath in, and then exhale out. Draw your right hip back and release your head down. And we will do one more like that. So it's slow for inhaling for 8. And then exhale for 8. Go back. Inhaling for 8. This time, as you come forward, make sure you feel secure. You're going to bring your arms forward and around and all the way up. At the very top, lift that heel. Take a breath in. And then exhale, you're going to step forward. But when you step forward, you're going to walk your right foot to the left side of your mat. And your left foot is going to step behind. So you are in a cross leg hang. Bend your knees, your front heel can lift. Your left knee plugs into the back of your right. And then inhale, come all the way up. So you're in this cross-legged position here. One foot can be really step forward. And we're going to open up so you can feel this in the hip flexor on the right side. You're going to take your right arm and bring your right arm all the way up. Then your left hand is going to hold on to your right. And I want you to feel like you're pulling wide with your arms, but you're holding. So stretching into the right side body, breathing. And then you're going to breathe out. And when you breathe out, you can release the arms. But what I want you to do is you're going to tip your head over to the left side. And you're going to let ragdoll all the way down. And you're going to hang over your legs. Hang over your legs here. Bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair. Arms can be nice and wide. And this is what I said about there's going to be some little surprises here. So you can stay in your forward hang if you want, or from here, what you can do is you can take your knees wide and close, wide and close. And then you want to keep your shins hugging together. And from here is a really nice place to come in to, this is the surprise. It's a surprise for me also. So a little surprise here that you can start to slowly come into a crow pose. So squeeze in the legs, chaturanga with the arms, and maybe the feet float up. And it's really hard to talk and do that at the same time. Never mind doing that. Okay, good stuff. Have a little play there. And then when you've played, we'll let that go, top of your mat. So your legs are crossed. You're going to step your left leg all the way back. Now they're in the one line. Tap your left knee slowly down. Sweep your arms forward and all the way up. At the very top, lift your heel. And then exhale, come forward and down. Lift your back leg and step back into a dog pose. Uncross the legs at this stage and bring your hands down. And take one breath in. And exhale, pull your belly back, soften your knees, your elbows, soften any tension, right? We really grip on and we hold on with our joints. So see where you can let go a little bit more in your joint space. Tap your knees to the ground. Come back to your hands and your knees, please. So we're going to come back to your hands and your knees as I just adjust the wiring. I didn't really set myself up very well with this wiring today. So come to your hands and your knees. So your left leg is going to reach back, long in the side body, long in your ears. And then step your left foot forward, feet hip width distance, nice and long here. So we're preparing to come into our high lunge. Root and anchor through your back foot. Lift your back knee, root into that back foot. Find the support in that back foot. Find the support in your hips. Make sure you're not leaning too much in your left side. Lightly lift your chest, reach the hands back and come all the way up. Breath in. And keep bending the knee forward, lifting up through your back hamstring if you want. You can even keep your hands on your waist here. And it's one slow inhalation for 8. And exhale for 8. Belly pulls back, 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 back. And then you start to come forward, bring your hands down, and as light as can be, that knee comes down and you anchor through the foot, right? Knees do not like to take weight. Use the foot to support the knee. Release, come down. And then you're coming up into your low lunge. And then from low lunge, we take your left hand over and you cuddle yourself. Drop your head forward, maybe lift the heel. And maybe bring your arms into this eagle position, right? This is not the goal. The goal is just to hug yourself and create a little bit of space in your shoulders. Elbows go forward and up if you are coming into the eagle. And then the elbows go up and over. This is a quite nice way to come into your twist, right? So the arms come up and over. You can stay low. You can keep your arms in eagle here. So the idea is to get the shoulder over and then maybe come open. And again, this is not the goal. The goal is really to turn and to twist and maybe even stay here. Butt goes back, head goes forward. And again, it's just one slow, long breath. In for 8. And out for 8. Come down. It's Ardha Hanumanasana, my favorite. So come down, squeeze the leg, inhaling forward for 8. Set yourself up, and then exhale. We slowly go back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And one more slow journey for inhaling for 8. And exhale for 8. Inhale, you start to come forward for 8. And as you start to come forward, this time you walk the right foot over to the left side. And you pick your right foot up and you step it behind. The feet do not need to be side by side. One can be all the way forward. One can be all the way back. You can lift your front heel, inhale, and then exhale like you're sitting in a chair. Squeeze into your upper body. And then round and come up and come out of there. So now our left leg is on top here. And again, we're back in this cross-legged position. And you don't need to keep your hips forward. You can actually, because the left leg is on top, you actually want to bring your hips more to, say, not 12 o'clock, not 1 o'clock, so more to 2 o'clock. So you're turning this way. This is going to give you a bit more space here. Then take your left arm up, your right arm comes up, and you get this pull. So left arm wants to pull away, right arm wants to pull away, and come up and open that side body. And you can even stir your hips. One slow and low breath here. And then let that go. And when you let that go, so you're going to tip your head towards the right and hang over like a rag doll. And this is going to be really nice when you kind of lean a little bit more to the side, right? We're carving out a little bit more space in the lats on my left side here. And just take your time. It's a nice slow journey down. And you can stay there. You can keep your knees together and you can keep bouncing and staying down, or maybe here you bring your knees wide and close, wide and close. So for the Bakasana, the shins want to glue together. And then when the shins glue together, the knees go about as wide as your shoulders. And then you lightly come down. And then you can even just rock forward and back. You don't even need to take the balance here. Personally, I don't really do a lot of arm balancing, but I do like to do arm balancing where I feel like I have a little bit more contact with my legs. And then keep looking forward. And then make a little shelf for the legs. And maybe you lift up, maybe you don't. One leg helps lift the other. It's really nice. And then let that go. So when you let that go, top of your mat, your right foot steps back. So it's in the center, light as can be, you tap it down. And then we take an inhale for 8 to come all the way up. Maybe lift the heel. Nice big back bend. And then we exhale. And you come down and you come forward, pick up your back knee and step back into your dog pose, please. Up and back into dog pose. And then wave forward. And then wave back. Bring it back. So we're going to move through that again. One more time. So we start down on our hands and your knees. And you lift the right leg. I'm going up on the tips of the fingers because it gives me more space to step through. Step the right leg through. Give yourself space. Tuck your back toe. Lift your hips. Make sure you're steady. Once you feel steady, you rise up all the way for the count of 8. And then we exhale, you come all the way down for the count of 8, and you lightly bring that knee down. And then you inhale, come all the way up for 8. Eagle arms, right arm goes on top. Pause here. 1 inhale here. And then 1 exhale up and over into your twists. You can open the arms. If you want, you can even lift your back heel. Inhale. And then exhale. Hands come down. And it's Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale. And then exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then it's inhale, come forward. And again, right foot steps to left side. We're not going to do crow pose again this time, but step and cross the legs. What we will do is we will hang over the legs in a cross-legged position. And then inhale, come up, 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 up. And when you come up this time, what I want you to do is I'm going to turn this way. We're not going to open into the side body. So what I want you to do is sit down nice and low into the legs. Your front heel can lift and sit back. So knees forward, bum back. And then take your right leg is on top, right hand slides down the inside of your leg, and you take your left arm and you bring your left arm all the way up. And we take 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Exhale, 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 exhale. And then you inhale, come up. And I always like to give myself a really nice massage. You're getting into the inner leg there. Inhale. Just come up and let your arms relax. And then like a rag doll, tip forward. So knees shift forward, thighs go forward, bum goes back. And again, it's no crow pose. Right foot is in front. So step your left leg all the way back. Lightly tap it down. And arms reach forward and all the way up. Lift the heel at the very top. And then exhaling, coming down. Lift your back heel, lift your hips, and step back long into your downward facing dog. 1 breath. So inhaling for 8. Maybe a little bounce. So the bounce I do is really to get you into your legs so you take more strain out of your spine. And so all the weight is going into the legs. Magic. So 1 more set like that. So come forward again. You can lightly come up on your fingers, lift your left leg, take your left leg all the way up and back, and then step your left leg forward. Tuck your back toe, settle yourself, and when you're ready, It's an inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale as light as can be. Tap the knee down. Exhale here. And then it's the eagle arms. Left arm, you can also cuddle yourself here. And then it's one breath in, one breath out. Give yourself time. And then you tap and you lightly come over. You can also drop in on the inside, the outside. You can open your arms. Back of the neck long, and it's one long inhale. And it's one long exhale. And then step it forward, top of your mat, get a little bouncy. So when you come to the top of the mat, the right foot goes behind. Can't miss that out, right? Need to get that in. So come all the way up. Your left leg is on top. So left leg is on top here. Knees go forward, bum goes back, sit back. I'm lifting my left heel. That's going to make it easier to fit to connect. And then left hand, push leg and hand together as you bring your hand all the way down on the inside. And then you can come all the way up if it doesn't quite feel right, just figuring out. So bum reaches back, hand comes down, and then turn and twist. Relax the head, chin into your chest, and it's one long breath. Building some heat by now. One inhale. And then take your time and come all the way back up. And when you come back up, uncross the legs. So you can uncross the legs. Take your arms out and up. And then soften yourself like a rag doll, just releasing the grip from anywhere you feel you're holding on. So you're the only one who can feel your body. So really let yourself curl in like the smallest little ball. Bring your feet wide, your heels wide. Have a little bounce. Lift your chest up and forward. Breathe in. Maybe lift the heels. Distribute the weight forward and back. One more breath, long and deep again. So it's in for 8. And it's out for 8. Tap down onto your knees, and you're going to take your left knee to the right side, and your right leg is going to go behind the left. Come up on the tips of the fingers. Feet are wide. And you're anchoring through your feet so your knees are really light, so they're not taking any of the weight. But if you want, you can have more cushion by taking a blanket under your knees. So we inhale forward, kick your feet into the floor, and then exhale, travel back, straight back. So starting to feel in the outer legs. And again, we're in this Gomukhasana with the legs. Exhale back. Straight back. Try to not round into her. I really want to keep a frame, a form to your pelvis. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Now, this is where you might need your blanket or a firm cushion where we're going to sit back on it, or this might be where you come onto your back. Remember at the beginning, I spoke about this pose, saying that you could, if this didn't feel suitable, you could then come onto your back with the same position, but the strap around your knees, kicking your knees forward. This will give you a little bit more space. Actually, it kind of works here too. So if you even take your strap here in front, so my left leg is on top, and I'm going to bring the strap under my right knee. That's the one that's on the floor. And I'm going to kick them forward and back and kind of use that as a little bit of resistance to get more space in your hips here. And remember, you can also do this reclined on your back. I really want to highlight that because, you know, sometimes people are very open in the hip. and they can come forward. Or maybe you might need to lean back and let air out your pelvis, right? And let your knees, so still feel like you have a strap there, but you're just rocking forward and back. So there's a few different things you can do here. You could stay here. You can walk your arm over to the side. You can walk, so left leg is on top, right hand walks out, and left arm reaches up. And then you can let your left hip lift, but let it elongate away from you, right? Keep it long. And we'll take one more delicious breath in the side twist. Exhale, pull your belly back. Remember that sound. Shh. So maybe you want to stay here in the back bend or the side bend, or possibly you can come into your eagle arms. Inhale, and then exhale up and over your belly. And again, this is just a maybe. There's so many options I've given. And once you come in here, we take one long deep breath in. Bring the arms wide. If you need more, you can bring the feet more. If you need more, you can bring the feet higher or less. Come onto your back. Pull belly back. And again, we're going to create the sound like you're shushing a baby. It's shh. That helps connect with the core a little bit more. Wonderful. And then inhale, come up. So when you inhale, come up, we're going to keep your legs like this in this position. So I want you to inhale, come up. Tips of your fingers, and just start to have a little wiggle. So start to stir your pelvis around in a circle. And then from there, tuck toes, and you'll do a tuck toe, cross-legged downward facing dog. Palms can go flat. And then your right leg, we're going to use that as a changing position. So now your right leg comes on top and then lightly come down. Feet wide, tips of the fingers, and start to move all the way forward and all the way back, long in the side body. Make sure your knees are happy, feet anchored down. Again, a lot of the toe stretches we do at the beginning are really to set you up. So when you come into these positions, you can come in. Again, make sure you're not rounding in, long spine, straight back. You can lift the front knee. That also is really nice to lift the front knee and go straight back. So find two directions with your body, right? Forward and back. That can be a nice place to stay. That's actually really nice. And so I'm lifting my front knee, the top knee. And remember, this is the part where you could go on your back with the strap or possibly elevate yourself. So ideally, we really want your hips level or higher than the knee. I think I'm a little bit low. So because of that, I'm going to lean back to make sure I'm not overusing these muscles at the front to open that up. And then again, if you want, you can bring the feet more forward. Feel the outer legs kick in. And again, you can walk your left hand over to the side, lift your right arm up. You can even bring it behind your head. Let your right rib cage reach out to the side. And never getting stuck in a pose, right? You're always moving with your breath, but you're always moving in two directions. So chest is lifting up, pelvis is anchoring down. And you're welcome to stay in a little bit more of the back bend in the reclined version, or maybe the eagle arms. Inhale up and exhale forward. And when you go forward, find two directions. Pelvis goes back, knees goes forward. And then again, one breath in for 8. And then we exhale. Find two directions. Close in. And then let yourself come up. And then again, we make little circles to come out of that. So you're almost coming into a little bit of a back bend when you come forward. And again, you're the only one who really knows how you, where you're gripping on, where you're holding on in your body, where you need to go. So go where you need to go. Amazing. Okay, good stuff. I said this was slow and low, so I'm going to invite you to please come back onto your back. I also said that we were going to repeat the sequence again, which we will. So we're going to repeat that same sequence so you can have your strap. But we're gonna, because that pose sometimes can, you're folded in. So because we're folded in there, we're gonna fold out, but we're not gonna do a back bend. We're gonna come in, we've done this pose earlier. So bring your feet as wide as your mat, your knees as wide as your mat, and then let your knees go up and over to the right side. So it's the left leg. The inner left leg squeezes in and the left knee goes away. And then stretch your arms up. So we're getting lots of length here. Chin into your chest. Really flatten your lower back. There's a nice core activation there. And we can do that breath again where you breathe in. And then again, you so that gives you a longer exhale, but it also makes you use your lower abdominal muscles, right? So that Uddiyana Bandha in the lower belly, that the connection with the dantiye at the belly. Magic. Okay, come back to the center. Just pause for a moment. Again, just feeling the energy in the lower body, the heat and the sparkles, the chi, the prana. Just noticing, giving yourself that time just to notice how your body feels. And then let your knees go up and over to the left side. Right leg squeezes in, whole inner seam of that right leg. And again, make sure the feet are not too close to your bum. You want to have your feet in line with your knees or a lot more forward. So squeeze down and forward. Arms can reach up. So again, find two directions and breath in. And then belly pulls back. Connecting with the creative source within you, which is right at the lower belly, into your depth. And then let that go. Super. Left leg reaches long, right? So you even might get that stretch in your psoas. And then your right knee hugs in here. Head is long. You can even have a light pillow under your head here if you want. But make sure the back of the neck is long. Okay, left leg comes into happy baby. Maybe take a strap. You can also stay in your happy baby. So strap a scarf, anything here, and extend. Now, you can either take your right leg down. Remember the Baddha Konasana thing that we did? Repetition, we're doing it for a second time. It almost feels good. So the knee is reaching away from you. So you're feeling it in your inner thigh here when you lean back. Or possibly you grab onto the foot and then you still want to keep the knee going forward and then you reach up. And we'll take one breath here. Long in the lower back, right? Two directions in the spine. So you're not crumpling in. Because I'm a little bit more warmed up, I feel like I have to really reach my knee a little bit more further away on the right side. Okay. Now, swap. Right leg reaches, left knee hugs in to begin with. Chin into your chest. Long on the side body, long on the breath. You can have a little wiggle right and left. Again, the idea of never getting stuck in a pose, always moving through joint space. And then it's a happy baby. And the happy baby can rock, the knees can go wide. And you can even stay here and not go to the next one. This is quite nice. And you're still going to get inner thighs, back of your hamstrings. And again, find two directions, pelvis lifts and anchors down. And then, right, if you really want to go to the second part of it where you're having a strap and your left leg either anchors down, so the outer left leg anchors down, or you swap hands and you reach. And again, don't crumple in the lower body. If you're crumpling in the lower body, don't grab onto it. Extend through your left knee and extend through your right foot. So nice for that inner psoas on the left side and the hamstring on the right side. Magic, well done. Let that go. Soles of your feet together. Press the soles of your feet together. Feel your knees pull really wide here. Belly draws in, really pressing. So the feet are pressing together like a book here. And then you bring one leg straight. So we're coming to our final eagle, final Gomukhasana with the legs. So right leg, over, left under, and again, the strap in front of the shins. Feet can flex and point and make circles. You can stay in your circles or you can grab onto your feet, squeeze in really tight. The back is going to lift, the lower back is going to lift with this part. Okay, and let that go. Bring your legs down. Again, just notice. And take a relax your legs. Right leg stretches long, left knee hugs in. Happy baby. Sorry, change sides. So it's happy baby with your left side, hug in the right leg. And then the right leg goes down. Maybe take your strap around your foot. So again, we're airing out the pelvis, we're airing out the back of the leg. Maybe reach down, grab onto the foot. Long on the side body again, really long on the side body. I think I'm repeating this a second time. I'm not sure, and I don't want to stop the video to ask you guys. So it's no harm if you are repeating it because it's actually really good if we are repeating it on one side. The more the better. Repetition, repetition. And it's just so nice to just be on the back doing some poses. Okay, let that go. Soles of your feet together one more time. Press, 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 press. And now your left leg goes on top, right leg goes. I know we're not repeating this one again at the end, but we did do it earlier on. And then again, kick forward. So kick your shins forward, flex the feet, little stir into your pelvis. And get long in the side body. And then this is a maybe, right? Lift up and hug. When you lift up, you can inhale. You can actually exhale, drop the feet down. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And then let that go. And we are going to repeat one more time, feet nice and wide, arms nice and wide, and you're going to let your knees just relax to the right side. This time there's no effort, but just feel the space in your bones. No effort here. And it's an exhale. And then come back to the center and just pause. No effort. Again, just noticing where you find yourself gripping on, where you find the tension, right? You have the wisdom to carve out space in your own body. You don't need to read text or do anything. But what we need more than anything is just time to drop in and just time to listen. And then let your knees relax to the left. And again, right now we're doing no effort. We've done it with a lot of effort. It's no effort. Just let your bones be heavy. Let your breath be big in your belly. And the only effort is lower dantian, the center of your core, pull back. No effort. Bring your legs back to the center. No effort. And just feel the weight of your body. And then just let your head tip all the way to the right. So let your head tip all the way to the right. And when your head tips all the way to the right, I want you to reach your left hand away. So you're getting a little bit of a stretch into your left shoulder, and then bring your head back to the center. And then bring your head all the way over. So lift your head and turn your head all the way over to the left and reach your right hand away. Create a bit of space in that right shoulder. And then come back to the center. No effort, no effort. Just feel the weight of your head. Feeling into the weight of your shoulders. Feel the weight of your pelvis. Weight of the backs of your legs. And then just back to your face and just notice where you are holding on to tension or you feel like there's gripping of muscles. So the jaw, let your chin relax down and right and left. Let your cheekbones release down. We do quite a lot of talking, eating. So let your cheeks relax and all the muscles around your cheeks relax. Let your eyes deeply relax. Let the back wall of your forehead relax, quieten down. So you can let yourself be in the moment. So please stay longer if you need to stay longer. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're catching up on the recording, well done for making it to the end. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day. Hopefully, you're